Today I embark on one of the greatest challenges of my YouTube career, and that is learning how to read, okay? I have been hired to investigate the death of the Roottree family, who recently died in a plane crash, and there's some confusing stuff going on with the death. We don't really know how the plane crash happened. The family tree and the lineage of the Roottree family is a little foggy and a little bit confusing, so they have hired me to come in and figure everything out. I'm going to be sifting through internet articles and periodicals and all kinds of other things to try to figure out what exactly is going on with the Roottree family. I'm excited for this. Let's play a new game. The Rootrees are dead. The mystery begins here. And I go into slot 1. The game's also very 90s coded, which some of you are going to be very into. And I think it's a fun idea. December 6th, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of
Oh
Pittsburgh
my.
is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Rootrees are dead.
All right. I like my office, man. Hello.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
Who are you
I've heard
exactly,
you're an
lady?
expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
Don't call me that.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
I don't even know who this lady is. Complete the family tree of the Roottree sisters. Okay. Siblings are in birth order from oldest to youngest. Okay. Sure. Examine my evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth. If you may. Okay. Sure, good enough. So what do I have at my disposal here? This is obviously our family tree that we're trying to work out. We've got the got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottree sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important, plus you can't make chocolate without it." Okay. We also have the internet, where I can do stuff. Welcome to the information superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new cashew PC. Fun fact, I might be allergic to cashews. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high-resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing, and remember, cashew PCs are delicious. Do not try to eat your computer. Okay. Cool. I also have my home, where I can see a couple things. So this is kind of my evidence area. We can see kind of some of the photos. Not much I'm gleaning from this right now, but that's fine. We also have a list of names. The list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. Still don't know who she is, by the way. Do we have any Roottrees in here? We got a whole chunk of them. That is great news. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I would like to highlight all of these names, because these are potential Roottree women, right? And then just save that note in my page here. We're going to be using that when we hop on the internet. We also have the Roottree men. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I think that I would love to... We're going to call this the Roottree women. let's just rename that women. These are the only women I know in my life. Okay. And then we're going to grab the Roottree men. Now, I think they said that Carl Roottree was the dad who died, right? I don't know. Now I don't remember. I suppose I can probably figure that out. But this is good. I mean, I like the fact that we have that going for us. That's all of our evidence that we have right now. And then we've got, that's our notebook. This is a rubber ducky. Nah. Come on. You think I need a hint? What do you take me for? Okay. So this is our, like, full evidence board. So we've examined the evidence. Now we have to search the internet for clues. You're going to think that I've lost my mind when I say this, but this is kind of my wheelhouse. Not that I'm really good at stalking people, but a lot of you may know that I don't do YouTube as a full-time job. I work in computer security, and one of the things that I have done in security before is done capture the flag events. Some of you may know what that means. And at times there are what are called reconnaissance parts of capture the flag, where you're basically like searching for things, right? You're sometimes given small clues about a person, and you have to basically just find what you can about them on the internet. It's basically social engineering, except you're not actually hacking somebody and they have the permission to do it. So I'm surprisingly okay at this kind of stuff. That's my saying this now, so that when I'm absolutely atrocious at this and I'm backlogging like 5 videos of this game right now, you're all gonna be facepalming every episode. It's perfect. Okay, pull up my notepad, please. Let's this seems insane, but let's start just looking up various Roottree women. So Candy Roottree, we got nothing. Carly Roottree? Carly Roottree. You discover a trivia page that lists common trick questions, the answers to what are the first names of the famous Roottree girls? Raina, Carly, and Riley. Okay. Good. I mean, that's great. Explanation below the answer states that Rose was originally born Carly Rose. Interesting. Okay. So Carly, I'd like to edit my notes if I can, man. I can delete the note, but I can't edit the note. Oh, dude, look at this. I can straight up spider search off of the name. That's sick. You're telling me I can't edit the notes? Like, I know there's the big edit button, but I guess I can't edit the note once I put it in evidence. But I'm gonna add it here at least. Not Karki. Carly. I don't remember her damn name now. Carly Rose Roottree. Apparently her parents had planned to have a son, Carl Roottree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, named her Carly. So Carly is the middle child, which is good to know. Carl's definitely the dad. So Carl Roottree is the dad. Let's jot that note down here. Sometime in the early 90s, a now preteen Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had RH names and she was the only odd one out. That's when she started to go by her middle name, which is Rose. Okay, so Carly goes by Rose, not Nose. Carly goes by Rose. Jealous. I mean, I don't need to add this. She's dead, so I mean, she can't really come back from the dead and be mad that I wrote it. At least I don't know. Maybe that's part of this game. Maybe they're all zombies. I don't know. So that's Carly Roottree. We now know that Raina Roottree is a sister and Riley is a sister. So a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottree sisters' modeling careers. You come across an unofficial Roottree fan site seemingly curated by a teenager, neon pink with purple text. Hard to read until you highlight the words. Raina's the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Okay. Raina is the oldest child. Married to TMS. Let's take a look before I save that note. I'd like to take a look at evidence. TMS. Let's take a look at some people here. Could be Thomas Sheridan. I mean, he's a TS. We don't know his middle name. But let's call into question TMS here. Maybe a Thomas Sheridan. Okay, what else we got? You might think they're rich because they're models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company, and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion... I don't know why I'm doing like a sassy voice for them. They do the modeling for her brand Root. I eat Roottree candy all the time. My favorite are Maple Crisps, and I try to dress in plaid Root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. We know Rose is Carly. Website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. I mean, some of this might be relevant. I don't know anything about Maple Crisps, brother, but let's highlight it. Riley is the smart... Again, this is just a dude's opinion. So that seems a little insane. This does mean that of the Roottree women, Riley is the youngest. Carly Rose is the middle, and then Raina is the oldest. So Riley is the youngest. That's good to know. Mom Brenda. I mean, let's just highlight Mom Brenda is a fashion designer. I feel like that could be logical. We can also now, I think, probably click this and go directly to the search, which is amazing. Like, that kind of rocks. And I can just highlight this and search again. What a game, to be honest with you. Okay. So cool. At this point, we can fill in some information on our board. So siblings are in birth order from oldest to youngest. So for oldest, I don't have portraits available. Okay, good enough. Your name is definitely Raina Roottree, which I don't know anything else about you yet. But you're Raina. You are going to be Carly Roottree. And you are going to be Riley Roottree, which is definitely the best name of the three. But that's fine. Do we know much about them? Not really. We know that they're fashion, they're models, right? I mean, maybe they have more beyond that. I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna guess that they are all just models. I probably shouldn't guess that, right? That seems kind of silly. I filled in the names, I filled in the occupations. Filling in the photos still requires potentially a little bit of work. We know that the spouse is a TMS. I think that it's logical to just put in Thomas Sheridan, but I would like to do a search of Thomas Sheridan first and just see. TMS, common abbreviation for the early 90s teen heartthrob. Brilliant. First credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on the soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he's been on the cover of tabloids for supposed drug use and more recently his relationship with Raina Roottree. They married in 97. She was only 19. He was 23. That's a completely fine age gap, okay? You didn't have to add the only in here. It's fine. They're not problematic or anything. I think that everything's okay. So we can confirm you're married to Thomas Sheridan. Well, you were. You're dead now. Rough to be you. Let's figure out the portrait, right? So we need to learn more about them. I need to see the evidence, man. Stop with the hints. We don't like you. Oh, what's going on here, man? The notorious Montjoys? Okay, not yet, okay? Mystery Comics, get out of here. Let's take a look at our evidence because we have... That's the list of names. How the heck do I... Here we go. The Got Milk photo. So do we know anything about the photo? We do. We know that you have to be Raina because you're married, right? That seems logical. Now, who would be the youngest here? Do you put the youngest in the middle or do you put the middle child in the middle? I mean, that's a question mark for sure. But we know that you're definitely Raina. So let's put in that, and then maybe we can learn something else here. So Reyna is definitely you. How do I learn more about? Well, let's look up Riley Roottree. You got a favorite color in here? A lot of obituaries. Neon pink, purple text. Riley's the smart one. Someday I want to get my ears pierced. Okay. Okay. So Carly would have earrings and you would be just happy. Well done. What can I say? Many people have considered me a genius at some point in time. None recently. I can inform you that. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked, and you've unlocked the following optional entry, Sheridan Thomas. Brilliant. That's 3 out of 50 blood relatives. Brother, I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. Hello, creepy lady who I don't know.
Test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet.
I know how to use the internet, don't worry, I post YouTube videos every day.
Safe to say, you're hired.
Brilliant. Still don't know who you are.
Tree is substantial, life-changing even.
Okay.
But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back.
Are they gonna pull some dark nonsense on me, man? They interbreeding? One of them is the grandpa of himself?
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional.
I'm doing it anyway.
Filling them in can lead to use.
You've got me wrapped around your finger with this right now, man.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique.
Okay.
Websites,
Okay.
Notable Roottrees.
Okay. I
Notable
like it.
People are easy to find via your search engine and marked with stars on the family tree.
Okay.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay. I'm perfect. Perfect, to be honest with you. I'm so freaking ready. Oh, look at this. Oh, God. Who's here now? Oh, it's just you again, man.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to...
Oh, let's go, man.
I'd appreciate you not mentioning...
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, dude, I can't wait to have some dude knocking at the door thinking that I can get him part of their fortune or something. That's gonna go crazy. Okay, so all of these people are notables. We can fill in some already. Oh my god, the candy company's founders, man. Okay, 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 okay. Let's get this figured out. It's like when you open a meta progression tree in a roguelike, man, and you start getting all the feelings of we got some work to do. Oh, baby. Okay. Brilliant. This is good. This is great. I think this is lovely. I think that you almost certainly have to be Carl Roottree, right? Because you're their father. That's the easiest one to figure out, okay? I can't lock you in yet. I need more information about you. So you have now given me the story so far. The Roottree sisters and their parents died in a plane crash. Next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers are looking to sort out the family tree. Gave me a list of notable people. Okay, here's the notables. So the Roottree sisters, Carl Roottree, who we can search periodicals as well. Elias and Gwyneth Roottree. It's like the most old person name I've ever heard in my life, which means that they are definitely the founders. That just seems logical. The rest of these suckers, though, ain't got a clue. Miracle Jr. is a crazy name. That's a crazy name. Okay. Let's start with Carl. We're gonna do a little spider search on you. Wife is Brenda Roottree. He was the president of the Roottree Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. We knew that she was a designer, so that makes a lot of sense. And they had a press release. Before I even read the press release, Carl was the president. Oh, frick. He was one of the presidents. He was probably the 5th president. Is the logical thing. If this just happened, he's probably the 5th president. I'm not gonna lock it in yet. And then we know that you're Brenda Roottree. Let's search for Brenda. Brenda White. Your maiden name White, ma'am. Let's chill for a second. Let's read, okay? Heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, and the Roottree sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. There were more people that died in this. Okay. Entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. Head of our company, Carl, incredible man, unmatched leader, filling his absence will be difficult. Go on to list some accomplishments. Only one seems relevant. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Okay. So we know that the great-grandfather worked in the Roottree company. Let's make note of that. Although I really don't think that should be there. Let's add Roottree Candy Company. I mean, that's what I want this note to be. So let's make you the Just Candy Company, okay? And then we're going to do a little highlight on you, my friend. Just because I'm curious about it. Let's search Brenda Roottree real quick and figure out if her maiden name... Yeah, you stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. Auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree. Okay, the white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. Ha 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 ha, so funny. Okay, very good. Let's bring in Brenda. So that is Brenda White. Now, we don't have a picture of Carl Roottree, man. My guess is we can probably find him in periodicals. So let's highlight you. Let's search the periodical. We don't know what periodical to search. Can I just search one? Yeah, we don't know. Okay. How about the Watchman? Okay. Suppose that's silly. And we have no idea what periodicals he could be in. We also have the public library. But we don't know anything about that either. Okay. Let's get back to our spider search here. So nothing else really comes up for Carl Roottree, huh? Interesting. Very interesting. Let's search the Roottree Candy Company and try to see if we can figure some stuff out. Mixed in with the recent reviews of the plane crash, a lot of results for Roottree's extremely popular candy products. Official website unstable due to traffic. However, you find a direct link to the history section that manages to work. Founded by Elias Roottree. Okay. He married his wife Gwyneth. Family owned a small farm called the Anderson Maple Farm. That's interesting. Why call it the Anderson Maple Farm if both of you are... Gwyneth, are you an Anderson? Did we have a little inheritance action going on here? We'll never know. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, it has no CEO and no stockholders. Instead, it's run by a president with input and votes from extended family. A nepotism company. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth. Yeah, fair enough. Including Carl, who despite his death is listed as the current, which means that you're the fifth. Maybe. I guess we don't know how many, right? Yeah, I mean, we don't know how deep this goes back. We could maybe figure it out in a second. Product they put on the map were 5 pieces, maple candies with 5 different flavors, dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Sounds delicious. Love maple candy. Since then, they branched out. Sister company titled Root specializes in children's clothing, and the primary models for Root are the Roottree sisters, as we would know. So Elias Roottree and Gwyneth, let's get them figured out because they're the founders of the Roottree company. So Elias, you are, excuse me, you are right here as Elias Roottree, and you are Gwyneth, I would say Anderson. I mean, that makes a lot of sense that you would have the farm, right? It has to be. But let's search you. Let's search you, okay? So Gwyneth Anderson. First Anderson Maple Farm. Few pictures, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. That photo was added to your evidence. Brilliant. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottree was Gwyneth Anderson. No brothers, oldest sisters, she was the one to inherit. Okay. They produced only syrup. It was Elias's idea to create candy. What a brilliant situation. Okay. We now got tons of evidence, and we got tons we can put in. So you are Gwyneth Anderson. your occupation was farm manager. Elias was the first president. Although we honestly don't know that. But it would make sense. Second president, third president, fourth president. Actually, wait a minute. We still have Carl here. Peculiar. Take a look at some evidence. Advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids. 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. Ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Famous picture. Oh, let's take a look at the ad. The 5 pieces ad. Intuition. You've been in this line of work a long time. So long, in fact, you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. Number in the magnifying glass refers to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. Okay. Sure. Sure. Very, very fair. 11. 11? I mean, that seems like a lot for this, but that's fine. So 5 flavors named after the 5 kids, I guess. 1920s. Also great to know, actually. So I suppose that's good. This is Gwyneth and Elias. They look remarkably cursed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but they're absolutely terrifying. They're on my notables. That makes a lot of sense. 1909 is a really important thing to note here. Because that does mean that these guys, I guess founded in 1908, we know it. We know that they die in 98. So for a 1908, I'm gonna tell you, Elias Roottree has got to be, and there's the 5 kids along the top, but we don't know which one is which, right? We got to figure out who Carl's dad is and work our way up the chain from there, because that means that, I mean, this logic does not seem right. Carl, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather. There's only a 90-year gap between these guys, and I mean, they were busting out kids age like 16, man. they were going crazy. But that's fine. Family trees use surnames from birth even if the person changed their name. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay, I mean, Gwyneth, I don't know much about you is part of the problem. Let's try to figure it out. She inherited the farm. She was a housewife. Seems logical. Just because she inherited the farm does not mean she works on the farm. And it was pretty obvious that they were making it very well known that she was a housewife. So I think that's fine. I need to get 3 additional blood relatives completely correct. They will be locked in. Okay. We still got Carl. I gotta figure out how we're going to get Carl's name. We can search other root trees, we need to get Carl's dad. So if he's just Carl, we should probably search more. We can also, did we try searching just these guys? Stop trying to highlight all of them. You're messing with me. Give me just a search on these 2. Modern technology has its limits. Recommended a search for only one person's name at a time. Okay. That's fair. I think we've done both of them the same. Picture of him and his wife. Propaganda site about him. Okay. Biography credit for inventing 5-piece. 5-piece became very successful. He was a family man. A few more quotes in here. Like his great-grandson, Carl. Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. So great-grandson, that is logical. That makes sense. We also do have Bess Williams. I'm just curious. Okay, I'm just curious. Take a look at her names real quick. Do we have a Bess Williams on the list? We don't have a Bess Williams, so she's not really important. Anytime I see a name, I'm like, you might as well take a look, right? Might as well take a look. Founder and first president. So that confirms our first president in here. He was, in fact, the president of the company. He also kind of looks like the son of the owner of the hotel in the Apple TV series Acapulco. Anybody? Okay, fair enough. I'm probably the only one that watched the show. It's pretty good. You should watch it. I haven't seen the new season. Okay, so Carl, I still got to get your picture at some point. We got to figure out your dad. I think that's a really important next step. I know that I should really be looking at the notables that we have, right? Because my guess is that we can learn a thing or two from either Red Roottree or Jim Roottree. Aloysius Herring Roottree, aka Red. Okay, a red herring. Haha, hilarious. Was appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. Served about what people contend is the shortest term in history. Claimed to be related to the Roottree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and was defeated in a landslide. I mean, look, it feels like a red herring. Maybe it's not. I will say everybody in this family is connected. So if he truly is important, they've already marked it as a red herring. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. James Roottree, singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond, his wife Diamond LaRoe. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down the City, now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music's more folksy and acoustic than the one song they're known for. Continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Jim has become a bit of a recluse. Hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Okay, now you guys are very interesting to me. I would like to get an entire page of you, okay? We're going musicals, all right? I just want all of this in my notes. Because there's so much we can unpack from you guys. They continued to release music throughout the 80s and early 90s. I need more on... Give me more on Diamond right now. It's the same damn thing. Okay. Your one-hit wonder song. You got anything going on? It's the same one. We do have our song now in the evidence folder, which I cannot deny to you. I truly have no idea how to navigate this menu. Here's Rolling Down the City. God, they're incredible, man. They're so incredible. As seen in MMM, only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet. So you're Carl's cousin, brother, something like that. You're a great-grandson. You're in the same lane as Carl. Peter Janowitz, MMM. We don't know what MMM is, but we do know now Jim and Diamond. Rolling On Down the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Getting deep, man. Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree can make disco so sweet. Vocals by Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRoe. The lyrics contain no clues. But how do I trust you? I mean, are you telling the truth? The politicians are hopeless? Okay. We know Peter Janowitz from MMM. How about, we got anything on your albums? Cherry Tree is a pretty general search term. Cherry Tree, Roottree. Album by Jim and Diamond, released in 1995, wasn't professionally reviewed, though diehard fans of Jim and Diamond online say it was a return to form. So hard to find in stores, people have resorted to selling cassette bootlegs. You found a short sample of one of the songs called Sun. Okay. All of this is good. Let's also grab Sound of Laughter. Can't find a picture of the cover. It doesn't appear to have been very successful. Reviews middling. Some basic liners. Okay, you're much less important to me then. Let's figure out, do the Diamond Dazzlers have anything going on? Official fan club for Jim and Diamond. Find a forum post called Cool Things You Got in the Mail on a random forum about video games. Still send out a Christmas card every year. Okay. Some pictures are good. Amongst the pictures, card from 1996 includes pictures of Jim and Diamond's young son Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. Okay. We're getting places, man. Now we're getting places. So give me now Wolf, Diamond, nothing. Okay, I mean, the Floozies. We gotta learn something. All-female punk band operating out of New York. Mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. Apparently they were the opening act of the band the reviewer actually came to see. Reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual. Loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in a good way. Trio was cagey about their identities. Told they were rumored to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. Okay. Interesting. So, this implies that all three of them were all children. So, it's a all-female... I'd like to have a lot of this info, actually. All three of them are female. It's an all-female punk band. And all three of them are theoretically children of Jim and Diamond. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. No pictures of the Floozies. We have some pictures we gotta go take a look at, but let me start with Beef Baby. Beef Baby is a song by the Floozies. I mean, I'm not sure that I care enough about it right now. How about Conquistador? I did not need to highlight you. Could probably delete that note. I'm not sure we're gonna get much value out of Conquistador, but let's do it. Mention in passing. This is the same article. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the evidence that we unpacked in here. There's a lot to glean from this still, I suppose, but that's fine. So this is... the credits on the covers say Candy, Nikki, and Nina. What the frick? Okay. So guitar / vocals, you're the lead singer. So you're Candy. Boy, I don't know about that. Cherry Tree is an album from Jim and Diamond. In my heart, I'll always... there blazed a spark of light that ever brightly shone, from her starting days imparting wisdom to conquer life unknown. Though someday she'd depart, in part I'd never be alone. In my heart, I'll always be the son of... Post Malone. Like, there's got to be a rhyme there that makes sense. We'll get there. Okay, that's a thread to pull. Who are you? Picture of a Christmas card from Jim and Diamond to their fan club in 1996. Description said it includes a picture of his son, Wolf. Okay, so you're Wolf Diamond. I got no freaking clue where you come into play. We know you have 3 daughters and a son, Jim and Diamond. And we know that you guys are the same age as Carl. Seemingly. Is there... hold on. no, I mean, that doesn't seem logical. I was gonna say, is there a chance that the 3 girls are the 3 Roottrees? But that seems kind of stupid, right? I mean, one would think that potentially these are them. But then, if there's 3 daughters and a son, unless the son is transgender, which I don't know if they would go there in this game, okay? I don't know if they would go there. So that seems... And the siblings are always in birth order from oldest to youngest whenever you get in here. Okay. Because we know that Carl and Jim are both great-grandchildren. Because in our evidence in Rolling Down the City, he says only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree. So the 2 of them gotta be on that train. Now, the thing is that we don't have any proof that these are their daughters, right? Just that they seemingly were daughters. I mean, we don't even know that they're related, to be fair. And the only place that there's a trio is here. So I mean, we could maybe make a guess that these are Nina, Candy, and blah blah blah. A guardian, adoption, or otherwise. Okay. Hold on. Let's rethink some things. So there's a lot going on with Jim Roottree. I mean, maybe we should look up Gwyn real quick. Information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Gwyn Roottree, somewhat well-known actress. Active in the 1950s, biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Oh my god. Okay, sure. She shouldn't have been named Roottree. I mean, can we just do stuff? not that. Gwyn Roottree father. Can I? Carl Roottree father. Carl Roottree's father. Dad. Yeah, that's a very good point. How about just search Roottree, brother? How about second president of Roottree Candy Company? Okay. President Roottree. Okay. Carl's the president. That makes a lot of sense. For the record, search engines weren't excellent in the 90s. So Gwyn, you're a granddaughter, and that's you, huh? That's Gwyn. Take a picture of you real quick. We can jot down some notes about Gwyn. Let's just make a whole page dedicated to old Gwyn here. Granddaughter of Elias. We also have in the musicals that we know that Jim Roottree is a great-grandson of Elias, which would put son, grandson, great-grandson, same lane as Carl. We know there is a child in here somewhere. What's going on here? We have person who got divorced many times. Okay. And we know that Wolf is in here somewhere, and seemingly also the girls. Maybe we search a Candy Root. Well, we already searched Candy Roottree, didn't we? Because we did that earlier to try to find somebody, and we got nothing. We know the floozies are still a thing. But let's go back to our notes that we have in evidence on our other notable people real quick. Still missing like some stuff, but I think that we can probably start to find some things. Author Lauren Roottree, distant relative of the Roottree sisters, known for her book A Life Between Wars. In the early 1960s, released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree. Okay, well, Lauren, guess what? You get a page because you're interesting. Lauren Roottree. Let's just bring this entire article in because you just feel like you're gonna be kind of important to me. So Lauren Rafferty, we can do a search on that, and is same results, so that's fine. Section of diary entries: a life between wars, spans the untimely death of her husband. That is very exciting. Not that her husband died. Sucks to be him, okay? But it does mean that we can find where that death occurred. Potentially. Or not, to be fair. We don't know if she remarried. So that's a tough part. That's a tough part. Get me back in here. Released her romance novels. You find no recent details. Okay. So Lauren, you husband died. Husband died. And you are, if you were writing in the 1960s, this is where I feel like we got to start understanding people's ages, right? Because if the girls were the Roottree sisters, if they were, I mean, one of them was married. So they got to be like 20-ish. So they were born in the 70s. Give or take, right? I mean, that picture of them, they look young. Let's be very fair here. So I think that would put Lauren Roottree probably 10 years older than them. Well, no. I mean, if she was writing romance novels in the 60s, she's probably the same age as Carl, right? Because that means that Carl... Bro, these ages don't add up. If they had the candy company in 1908, man. And Carl's the great-grandson. Did Elias found the company when he was like 110? How in the world does that math frickin' check out? Okay, something to keep thinking about, I suppose. Romance in Court. Let's learn a little more about you. Book by Lauren Roottree. Released in the late 60s. All 3 books about a different romance. You can probably surmise the narrator's profession. Court jester. Return to court. New romance in court. Okay. Very fair. I mean, we know that Lauren Roottree is an author, but boy, I mean, I don't know where to go from there. I really don't. Let's search Miracle Jr. I think we're hoping, not highlighted, man. I think we're hoping for a miracle from Miracle Jr. Doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he has shortened it to Miracle Jr. A televangelist? What? Okay. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed that his wife Edith's sister in a disguise. Author also mentions Edith had a bit of checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. Since lost his television show and instead goes on tour across the southern United States where he was not well known before the scandal. Okay. I mean, there's a whole freaking journey to unpack with you, Miracle. So, Miracle's wife. Let's bring in Miracle here. We know that... We also know you're a junior, which is a very important thing. And we know that you have a wife, Edith. So, I mean, we don't know Edith Miracle. Are you potentially... Of course, that's not your name. How about Edith Roottree? We don't know much else about you. Miracle Jr. I mean, this is not where I expected this to go. Can we learn more about the Miracle Network? Production company run by the Miracle Roottree Estates. Okay. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Eliath Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Miracle, you're the threat I needed. You're the threat I needed. Okay. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still the power of God on his side, he persevered. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the highest power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Okay. Huge, brother. It's freaking huge. So I gotta go find frickin' Miracle here. This is Miracle Jr. though, which is good. Miracle the Third and his wife Nicole are said to be the youth pastors. Children now welcome, celebrate with your pastor, Miracle Third and his wife Nicole. I can fill in a million people. So we know that these go oldest to youngest. So the youngest of the 5 kids, you're Miracle Roottree. That then means that your kids, one of them is Miracle Jr., and then one is a sister. Roottree, Miracle Roottree, you weren't I don't know, were you who were you? What did you do for work? Even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. I guess maybe you were just a pastor. Right? It kind of feels like that you were important enough to the religious world. Were you could be a preacher? I think you're a preacher. We also don't know who you were married to. I mean, I think that Miracle Jr. is the notable. So you have to be Miracle Jr., which makes you not that guy. That makes you this guy. And you were a televangelist. I guess you were a preacher. Well done. What can I say? I might be the greatest to ever do it. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Eliath, Miracle, and Gwyneth. And I've locked the following optional, which is Brenda. Yeah, I mean, there's more to do here. We know that you married a Nicole. We don't know whether it's Nicole Madsen or Nicole Smith. Let's do a quick look up on that. Nicole Madsen. It was... Excuse me. Come back to me, please. Where's my evidence? I need my... No, I need... Where the hell are you? I'm lost. Miracle Roottree. Miracle Roottree. Where the hell was Nicole, man? I'm getting screwed up all over the place. I'm not reading, which is the whole point of the series. This is my way of learning how to read. Okay. So Miracle Roottree, I gotta look at the evidence again. This is rolling down the city. Miracle the Third and his wife Nicole. Okay, so Miracle the Third has to be you. You're Miracle the Third, who is also a preacher, and you're married to a Nicole, but we don't know what Nicole you are. Miracle Roottree on the flyer, blah blah blah. A notable, he'll be marked on the chart with a star. That's actually a pretty good point. Hold on, I was missing the star part. So if Jim Roottree is a star and you're the same age as Carl, that means that on this list, you have to be Jim, man. You're James Roottree. And you are a musician. And this is you, man. And you're married to Diamond. And that is you, I guess. Once you verify this person, you'll be able to do more. I'm like pretty sure that's you. Because you have to be the same age as Carl, man. I still don't have a picture of Carl Roottree, which I think is clinically insane, to be honest with you. But then this is a question mark. We don't really know your kids, Jim. But we do know that you're very important. Okay, I want to do one last search here for this episode. I need to look up the Nicoles, okay? So in my... One day I will learn how to navigate this menu. Don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but one day I will. Candy, Nikki, and Nina. You'll always be the son of something. Hold on. Chill for a second. List the names. The son of, we need something that ends in own, right? Okay, we have a Nicole Smith we can look up. Son of... None of these... none of these really end in own. Okay. Let's re-explore that. Mark Landone. I mean, it just seems weird. Let's look up Nicole. So we got a Nicole Smith. It's like the most common name of all time, but I'll humor it. How about Miracle Third? Miracle Roottree Third. Miracle. Take a look at the evidence again real quick. Where is our Miracle Third and his wife Nicole? So you... This doesn't do anything, huh? Yeah, that's fair. I honestly respect it. 3 Generations of Miracles tour. That could be important to look up. Miracle State, yada yada yada, Miracle Roottree Jr. Yeah, I mean this is... We know all this. But this is good, because you're the... We've learned something about you. This also now means let's take a relook at the candy real quick. The 5-piece ad. Because one of you is... I mean, one of you is Miracle. I don't know. Do I friggin' know which one it is? God, no. God, no. But that's fine. You know what? I think it's a good start. You know, we're slowly unpacking the mystery that is the Roottrees, but there's a lot of work to do. If you enjoyed, as always, a like on the video, much appreciated. Like I alluded to in the middle of this video, I'm actually backlogging a lot of content right now for a little trip I'm taking, which means that I'm going to backlog multiple episodes of me playing this, which means that your comments won't be read. I'm warning you now. Don't be upset when I don't read them. I'll be reading them, but I will have already played multiple episodes into the future, so you're speaking to the void. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.